Hey, welcome to another episode of Politics and Wellness. I am your host, Captivating Christian. Welcome. Miss Gifted and Anointed Hands, what's going on? Anybody in the balcony? Hello. Um, so much to unpack. Excuse the noise in the background. TV's kind of loud, but babysitting, so gotta do what I gotta do. Um, but real quick, so much is going on in the world of politics right now that it is definitely important to always be on the up and up. Um, so, first, there's talk that Mitch McConnell is coming around to actually wanting to go ahead with an impeachment. Now, this, of course, Mitch McConnell would do this at this time because he does not have the Senate. After this, he will not be in charge of the Senate, and they need to regroup because they have let Trump for 4 years overtake the Republican Party. So, yes, he would need a restart and a redo. And the best way to do that is to get rid of Donald Trump. So, I guess that's probably the plan. Will it work or will it be effective? Who knows? But we shall see. And then too, this could be just talk. Who knows? You know how Mitch McConnell and the rest of these Republicans do. They say one thing, and then later they come back and talk something different. Hey, what's going up to everybody in the chat? What's up, brother Nate? Always great to see you, brother. Patty Duke, hello. Sam, I am. What's going on, sir? Nice to see you. So yeah, I don't know. What do you guys thoughts about that first part of breaking news? Because there was some other stuff that I've learned today that was a bit like I knew that, but wow, it's really getting crazy. Um, so what I was just talking about, Mitch McConnell, that's one. Of course, there was another Republican lawmaker who actually came out and said, you know what, I would even vote for impeachment at this point. Um, Donald Trump has, really shown himself as a president, and that's something we can't have. Now, granted, I get it. They've gotten everything at this point. They've gotten justices from the Supreme Court. They have gotten, they were able to chip away at the Affordable Care Act. They were able to pretty much get cuts for the wealthy. They got everything on their wish list. So at this point, they really don't need Donald Trump. And I think that whole stint at the Capitol let them see that they didn't need Donald Trump. And now it's their time to show Donald Trump that they don't need him as well. So I think that'll be interesting to see. Also, with this other breaking news, that a Secret Service agent is now under investigation because he had posted something on his social media, probably Facebook, because Facebook gets everybody in trouble, and basically talking about how Republicans should be ashamed of themselves for going ahead and allowing this count to go ahead and Biden to be confirmed, which further let us know that there are Trump supporters in law enforcement. Now, I'm not saying that that's necessarily a bad thing, but in this situation, what just transpired almost about a week ago, tomorrow, yeah, that's a problem. That's a huge problem. We've always known this, of course, but everybody else is waking up to know that, hey, there are corrupt people in law enforcement that would, break the rules to make sure or to ensure that people, that their person gets reelected. Sorry, the noise, excuse the noise, guys, but we got to just working through it. Yeah, I don't rock with, I think everybody should be screened at this point. I think the Capitol Hill police need to be screened. They need to be investigated. Secret Service, just go down the gambit, investigate everybody. Because at this point, I'm side-eyeing everybody. I don't see the importance of fighting for a person like Donald Trump other than you just believe in his core values, which basically stem around race. Um, And if that is the case, then we are in essence dealing with a race war on some degree. I know people get scared and like, oh, don't say that, but it is true. It's true. I mean, there is a war raging between people that are armed and ready to, give a hell of a fight compared to the rest of us that are like, who's doing that? Who's fighting for that because you don't like the color of my skin? Like, go sit somewhere in a corner. But there are people geared up and ready to go ham for that reason. I mean, let's be very clear. They have a person in the White House, the highest office in the land, to go to bat for them. There was a reason why he watched that on TV for hours and did not immediately come out and say, "Hey, you need to stop. Like, y'all need to cut this out. Like, we need. This is not what we're about." Because he enjoyed it. He liked the fact that people were out here fighting for him, um, and yet he's not out there fighting for those same people that's fighting for him. Because most of them, if you saw the pictures, they look like they didn't really come from much. Um, but they found a way to get a ticket to come to Washington D.C. to storm the Capitol, which I think was ridiculous in and of itself. But I just find it very eye opening that I hear a lot of the political pundits talk about, I don't know how we got here. I don't know how we got here. And I'm just like, really? Like, what do you mean you don't know how you got here? You got here when you allowed him to say that Obama was not born here, was not a citizen. He got here when you allowed all that stuff, the Charlottesville, all that stuff that you turned a blind eye to was all gearing up. So now we're at a point where they are planning yet again to do protests, and not just the capital, the nation's capital, but all the state capitals around the United States. Michigan has already came out and said, Molly, we in danger, girl. We are not safe. So they have decided to do a new law that you cannot have weapons in the Capitol building because Michigan is, I think they're, and I'm not against people carrying guns. That's what I'm not. But when people have this fantasy of being like a cowboy and we're playing cowboys and Indians and that kind of stuff, that's why I really have the problem. Like, you have no reason to be really walking around with your gun on your hip unless you living out a true fantasy of being on the Wild Wild West. Unless you are like law enforcement or something like that, I get it. But I mean, everyday person, like, really seriously, I really don't. I don't understand it. But yeah. So with that, it's a lot. It's a lot of tensions. It's a lot of people are mad. One thing, and I'll say this real quick. One thing I did come across, I read earlier that people were saying that they were upset, some of the Trump supporters, that they were actually upset because if Trump went up on a lot of his demographics in this recent election, then why is it that he lost? They didn't understand that. And it's just like, well, what do you mean? Like, he may have went up on demographics, but understand that people did not vote. And that's what I don't understand, what a lot of people are just not telling the people the truth. People didn't vote in 2016. Trump got in really on a, like, you kind of was chilling, you kind of got in on a technicality. You did not really get in. People just did not want to vote. They didn't vote for you. They didn't vote for Hillary. They just didn't vote. Take into account 4 years of dealing with racial issues, if it has to do with Confederate flags and monuments coming down, to dealing with the killing of unarmed Black men and women live on camera in front of your face, and him saying nothing about it. When he's asked about the Proud Boys, he tells them to stand by and stand down. When he asked about David Duke, I don't know who he is. Like, who the hell are you lying to at this point? I think there's nothing more that needed to be said for anybody who sat out the 2016 election, but you're just not that one. And for some reason, I guess he felt that he was. Now, maybe Russia told him, hey, we'll help you again. Don't worry about it. And that's what he banked on. I don't know. But if he if he asked Ukraine to help and threatened them to say, well, if you don't help me, I'm not going to give you any money, he obviously knew that there was a possibility that he may not win. If he went as far as to ask the postmaster general to remove a lot of the post office boxes and sorting machines due to the fact that they knew that COVID was widespread and nobody was really possibly going to go out and actually vote, that your best bet was that you knew that people were going to vote via mail. So you handle that, you separate that. So all the groundwork was set in place to kind of, cancel Christmas on anybody who was voting for Biden. Um, so, we get to a point where, bam, we're here. And people just were like, oh, well, it looked like it was enough Trump supporters to me, so we should have won. And that's really not how it works. And the hypocrisy of when everybody was upset in 2016 about Trump actually winning, it was a whole, oh, this is how democracy works. Get over it. Be an adult about it. Try to work together, come together, and, support this president for 4 years. So, okay, grin and bear it. Some of us did it. Now we're here. Now Biden is president. And you mean to tell me nobody can do the same? That we have to then throw out all these conspiracy theories? The same conspiracy theories, mind you, that he's been saying since 2016. Same conspiracy theories. Hey, if I lose, listen here, it was rigged. He said that same thing in 2016. Same thing. Nothing has changed about his argument. Nothing at all. So I know he doesn't like the stench of, as he likes to call it, being a loser or anything of that nature. So he doesn't like to equate anything to losing. And everything is about being a man and being macho, which I find that hard to believe. Because for me, a man does not signify someone. Like these headphones, it's my hair. A man does not signify someone who is not willing to accept defeat and just be gracious about it. Like, okay, good competition. You won, I lost. Good. I can take it on the chin and keep it moving. For him not to be able to do that and then incite others to do the same is not manly, Also, what I want to say too is the people that did all that ransacking and all the mess that they did to the Capitol. And I know you thought that because you have been so privileged not to live in a world where you had to be worried about stepping out of line, even just a little bit, that you may get murdered or something. The fact that y'all thought y'all can go and storm something that glorifies, and I said this before, but I'll say it again because it's really weird to me. The fact that y'all can go into some place that glorifies your own whiteness and destroy it because you don't like who the actual new president is because it's not someone you voted for is ridiculous to me. But it explains the reason why we have been where we have as a country, because the lack of education, the lack of knowledge, not even education as in going to school, but just cracking open a book or doing some research is like so far gone that I can't. I don't even get it. And this is the reason why the Electoral College was created. Oddly enough, we now say, you know what, we need to forget about it, get rid of the Electoral College. But the Electoral College was created for just a situation like this. These framers, because I'm not going to say that they're fathers, because they're no fathers of mine, because, yeah. But these framers actually made the Electoral College for the simple fact that they did not want normal hick people voting for who could be their elected president. They wanted to make sure that the president was always someone who was, well on the up and up, somebody who was cultured, had money, had means, knew about the world, because they would be in charge of it pretty much. And we've come to a place where that's different now. With the age of social media and Twitter, this president was able to bypass everyone and just say what he wanted to say, put it on Twitter, and people followed it. And a lot of people believed it. A lot of people supported it. Oh, you should just support the president, blah, 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 blah. And it was like, okay, cool. Every time he did something that was off color, they always tried to explain it away. But it's really funny how those same people, and I'm talking about my black folks, no one has come out to say anything about all of this. No one. Van Jones ain't on CNN crying his eyes out about how presidential the president is. No one. Paris Denard ain't come out from his scandal to say, hey, nothing. Candace Owens ain't said shit. Lil Wayne ain't said nothing. None of these people, none of these supporters. Kanye West ain't said nothing. That's all these people that was pushing to divide us into voting. Well, black men, we need to vote for Trump. Why? Why makes him any different than any other rich white old man? What makes him any different? Not a damn thing. Not a damn thing. Like, I'm so over these people using their own self-interest to tank the rest of us. Definitely a crab in a barrel kind of mentality that I am so over. I don't really want to hear anything from any of them. And I'm all for hearing a difference of opinion. That's how we grow. That's how we learn. But those folks that were so hell-bent on pushing Donald Trump as this, just give him a chance to lead, just give him a chance to execute, he will surprise you kind of mentality. Yeah, I didn't hear it. Did you say Van Jones ain't come out crying? Yeah, that's what I said. Was Van Jones out here crying, talking about how his son, how he can wake up and tell his son how he feels better, he can breathe better, and tell his son that America is really this place and not this other place of hatred and all this other kind of stuff. I hadn't seen Van Jones say shit. I mean, I'm just saying, it's just, it's like, if you're about it, be about it at all times. Don't pick and choose, when you want to kind of hold up the mantle and fight, or hold up the mantle for anybody and say something. This man has been trying to get rid of votes, of black votes, not, of course, black Democratic votes, but black votes in general, period. So, being a black person, whether you're a Republican or Democrat, you should have an issue with a man wanting to get rid of your people's vote. Now, you may vote differently from, you said Van Jones don't count. Van Jones counts. I mean, he don't count, but he do count. You can want to be a Republican or a Democrat all day and be in the same household with your parents and they have a different political view. That is perfectly fine. But I have a problem, even if my brother was a Republican, that if Joe Biden chose to wipe away all black Democratic votes, I would have a problem with that, or Republican votes. I would have a problem with that, even though I'm not necessarily a Republican, because how could you take away a vote from someone that literally we had to die to get it? So no, I have an issue with that. And the fact that none of them do, problem for me. But yeah, with all that, with the investigation of this Secret Service agent who posted on his Facebook talking about it's a shame that these lawmakers are allowing them to certify Joe Biden as the winner, which is BS, with these Capitol Hill police officers and other law enforcement officers getting arrested um, involving themselves in that whole Capitol Hill situation, and people acting surprised that law enforcement is involved in all of this. Why? Why? He called himself the law and order president. So why are we surprised that he didn't have the backing of a whole bunch of law enforcement? I mean, duh. Yeah, so over that. All right, so moving right along, part two to impeachment. How do you guys feel about that? I mean, I'm here for it a little bit. Because I know it's not going to drag on like the first one. Two, I just know that it's going to be very interesting. Only because part two, we're going to cut through all the fluff and get right to it. Nancy Pelosi don't got time for the BS from Donald Trump's side or anybody that he involves himself with. At this point, Mitch McConnell done got his little, he done told his wife to step down from the administration. She's no longer needed. He done, she was in the cabinet so she could spy and tell her husband what Donald Trump was planning to do so they can work and get plans and stuff and money to Kentucky, which they have done these whole 4 years. So they have gotten plenty money. Hey, what's going on, Brother William? What's going on, VMW8? What's going on? So they have done this, Mitch McConnell's made his money. He bounced, grabbed his wife, said, no, we got to get out of here. Soon as she stepped down, he's like, oh, yeah, now I think impeachment would be a good idea. But what? Say what? So now impeachment would be a good idea. So you mean to tell me all before he wasn't breaking the law? But he did break the law, but you protected him. So now all of a sudden you're not going to protect him. These same lawmakers that, mind you, although they try to act all big and bad, they were the same ones, I'm sure, hiding somewhere, hoping to God that those rowdy gang of thugs did not come up in one of those rooms that they were, locked away in and try to zip tie them and beat them half to death. I'm sure of it. But, they'll come out and say a whole different story. So, I mean, mind you, a lot of these states, these people need to go. Get Ted Cruz out of here. Please remove his whole existence. I don't want to see Ted Cruz. If Ted Cruz, when is he up? Like in 2022? Please, Texas, if you can. I don't care if you vote for something, just something else. I cannot do Ted Cruz at all. A lot of them, Marco Rubio, all of them people, y'all just need to go. I mean, clearly the man tried to kill y'all, and y'all just, y'all like, well, we didn't die, so we okay. So we should continue on with voting against this quote unquote fraud election. It's ridiculous to me. As long as it's impeach light. Yes, it should be an impeach light. Sounds like an old Minute Maid drink or some kind of like old white lady drink. Can I have a impeach light, please? Yeah, so this is going to go pretty fast. So his two articles, which are the charges. The first one is that call to Georgia, the same kind of call he did to Ukraine, asking for dirt on Joe and Hunter Biden. He asked the Secretary of State of Georgia if he could find some 11,000 votes. No, of course he can't find it because the votes were over. So there was no votes to find. So basically what he wanted him to do was remove them. Now, not only him, okay. Now, Lady G is the most flip. You know what? Lady G, aka Lindsey Graham, needs to be on YouTube in the beef sector. Why? Because he is the most flippity floppity person ever. He would do great in a lot of those, YouTube beefs going back and forth, and then they friends again, even though you said some disparaging things about the person, but you allow the person to hop on your platform. That Lindsey Graham is good for that. And a lot of people on YouTube do the same thing. They've been called pedophiles. They've been called this, that, and the other. And they come right on here just to, oh, hey, how you doing? Like nothing ever happened. Bullshit. That man, crazy. Okay? Crazy, crazy, crazy as a road lizard. He is sick. I can't get over how fast Lindsey Graham just flipped like that. I mean, it really goes wherever the power goes. He is power hungry, and no offense, but he might be a power bottom. I mean, that's just I can't tell it. You wouldn't be able to tell me because somebody who run after power like that's like running after sausage. Just smell it in the air. Who has the power? I don't know. I really don't see how Lindsey Graham even made it past his own election, but whatever. He's a trip. Who else? Okay, so we were talking about the two articles. So the first one, of course, is that the Georgia phone call, and then the second one, which would be this, which would be that whole inciting a riot to the Capitol. Now, yes, he can talk about, he didn't really mean for the people to actually go there and riot or protest in that manner. But that's bullshit too, because as we all know, Donald Trump Jr. said, hey, you got to fight. You can't let them steal this from us. Giuliani, Dracula was talking about how about we have a trial by combat? Now, mind you, none of these mofos were in the mess. You know what I'm saying? They went to the White House and watched it on TV. They hyped them all up and then said, go ahead, and then just watched them just fuck shit up on TV. Probably cheering the whole thing along until they got phone calls from people like Mike Pence and others and said, well, damn. We might have messed up a little bit on this. I really don't, I don't get it. But hey, it was rumors that Mike Pence was pretty mad. He didn't call. The president didn't call and check up on him and his wife while they was in the bunker with Nancy Pelosi and Senator, now to be Madam Vice President Kamala Harris, as they were chilling in the special bunker. Nobody called Mike Pence to check up on Mike Pence. Why? Because Donald Trump don't really give a damn about Mike Pence. He never has. But Mike Pence has been his most loyal stooge, just standing by him through all of his mess, all of his garbage, just standing there. Now, let's get into Mike Pence for a little bit. So if they happen to go through with this whole impeachment and he does get impeached, right? Even though there's only 8 days left, and there probably would be 7 days left, probably 6 days left, probably by the time this process even gets to the Senate, 6 to 7 days left, even though Mitch McConnell said that he would not vote on impeachment until the 18th or the 19th of January. I think it's the 19th. Yeah, he wouldn't vote on impeachment till the 19th of January, given that one day right before the election. Now, even in that one day, Mike Pence could still be president. Now, I'm sure that Donald Trump thinks that even if something does happen, that Mike Pence will pardon him, and therefore he would be free from any federal crimes that he may have committed while being president. He may even, pardon him and his family and so on and so forth. But after this whole situation on Wednesday, I don't know too much if I follow that line of thinking anymore. I'm thinking he may make, or he may let Trump think that he would pardon him if in fact he did get impeached or he stepped down. But I really do not think that Mike Pence would pardon him at this point. for two reasons. One, very obvious reason, all the bullshit that Trump has done these 4 years has now attached itself. All of this thing has attached itself to Mike Pence. So there's no way he can kind of escape that too much because it is what it is. Like, where you gonna go? Every time somebody say Trump, they're gonna say, "Well, you was Mike Pence, wasn't he his vice president?" So you know, so he can't escape that. The only thing, if he was ever thinking about running for president in 2024, the only thing he would need to do right now to kind of work on clearing the funk of Trump is to go along with some kind of 25th Amendment or impeachment. That's it. That's it. If not, then he's not, he doesn't want to be president, which I mean, is fine. But, you know, I mean, some people like being second place, but usually the vice president always tries to run to be president at some point. Whether they're successful or not, that's a different story, but they usually always do. So the fact that he hasn't jumped at the bit to do this right now, I'm thinking he thinks he's going to try and hold on to this Trump base by not angering the Trump base, by just letting Trump end out his term, and then he'll work on gathering his votes. But I mean, if you don't do something now, you're not going to win the Republican who really didn't like Trump, but is still a Republican. You may not win their vote because right now they're looking at it like, okay, this has gone too far. This is a shit bridge too far. And I don't want no parts. Hey, Miss T, how are you? So I don't know. That's still another, you know, as the White House turns, it's like watching a drama on TV. I don't really know where this will go, but it's interesting to watch. I tell you that because it's happening. It really is happening. It's just something to make you go, I really don't know where we are to go with this, but I am here for the show. I'm not here for the people dying. Well, some of them. And I know that's bad to say, but I'm not. I really don't. I don't feel no type of way when they do the stuff that they do, but then when it's on the other foot, they always try to be like, well, you should comply. You shouldn't do that. You shouldn't destroy property. That's what happens when you destroy property. And to watch this new footage of, you know, because now the FBI and I'm sure the CIA and whatever other spy organization that the U.S., you know, has control of in some facets, the NSA have all infiltrated on a lot of these people's cell phones that was in this mob recording it as it was going down. So there is a whole bunch of new footage of how they were really like people were throwing crutches, they were throwing barricades, they were throwing whatever they can get their hands on at police officers. So I'm just saying, these are the same folks that when we are talking like Black Lives Matter, they jumping up talking about Blue Lives Matter, respect the blue, but had no respect for the blue when it came to busting down that Capitol so they can go infiltrate this ceremonial vote. Now, get a load of that. These dum-dums breaking into a building for a vote that they can't change. The thing had already happened. All that was a ceremony. That's like it's like a wedding. It's like you go to a wedding. You do know you go to a wedding, but the people have already been married. You just going to the ceremony so everybody can see y'all get married. But you legally already have been married. You just have not had you just haven't had the thing. So it's like, okay, that's all that was. That was just a ceremony. So the fact that y'all bum rushed the Capitol for a ceremony is crazy. The second bit for me is New York told you, hey, y'all need to tighten up because they are talking about coming there and attacking the Capitol. All the other law enforcement agencies were saying the same thing. What did y'all? No, we just feel this is going to be peaceful. So you mean to tell me angry Trump supporters, you felt they were going to be peaceful, but actually peaceful Black Lives Matter people coming to protest the killing of unarmed Black people, you turn around and do what? You turn around and do what? You turn around and you send a whole army of tanks and tear gas and everything for peaceful protesters. But you didn't have the same inkling to do that for your Trump supporters. And I tell you why. I say it all the time. Because they don't attack people that look like them. They don't attack their own. And they don't. It's very evident. They do not attack their own. They don't care what it's like. They don't care what they do. They will not take that same kind of level of aggression towards what looks like them than they would for something that doesn't look like them. We don't have that. That is one thing that we don't have. And I wish we had it. I wish when we saw each other, we did not have that same kind of, I'm gonna take you down to get above you, instead of, you know what, I'm gonna congratulate you because we're gonna do this together. I mean, I'm sure there were some wealthy white folks in that group. I'm sure there was some very poor white folks in that group. But one thing I will say, they did come together. They did come together and storm that place until they got in. I mean, they did it. And they so casually just walked away after they were finished, just like a kid playing with a toy that, you know, you're so hyped to play with, and you're playing with it, then after a while you're like, okay, I'm over it, and just walked out. Wasn't nobody put in no paddy wagons, wasn't nobody slammed on concrete. No teeth was busted out besides the ones that were already long gone out their mouths. You know, none of that was done. So I'm like, yo, what? Like, wow, this is crazy. So yes, this man definitely, off-duty police officers, veterans, all types. So yeah, this impeachment would be a big deal. I mean, granted, I'm sure President Trump is ecstatic that he would be in the history books at this point. I'm sure very much. He may not like the fact that he's going to be impeached twice, but he relishes the fact that in every history book from now on, his name will be mentioned as the president of the United States who got impeached twice. And I mean, it's going to happen. Now, whether or not, states, whether or not the Senate actually votes on it, that's a whole nother story. I mean, Mitch McConnell still has some power. So he may be able to persuade the rest of his people to actually vote for the impeachment. But yeah, I understand. I'm with you, Ms. T. Trump is too dangerous. He needs to be stopped. My whole thing is he doesn't need the extra security. Let him pay for it himself. I don't feel like giving him a pension, whether or not he needs the money. I don't care. I don't want to give it to him. 4 years, I didn't have a choice. He was the president. Becoming a regular citizen after the 20th of January, I have a choice. So I'd say, no, sorry. No severance pay for you. But we'll see. We'll see how that goes. Hey, what's going on? Golden Goods, how are ya? But yeah, I really do think he's dangerous. And people like, he's got secrets and codes and stuff. Man, I think he already sold them things. I truly believe that Trump has already sold any kind of secrets we have. He's already given them away. He has already given them away. I'm sure of it. They're going to clown, okay? When his grandkids really get old enough to hear the buffoonery that their grandfather or great grandfather has done, they're going to clown them. I'm sure that in somewhere in the Trump's mind, they thought that they would now be solidified as a political dynasty, something like the Kennedys or the Bushes or something like that, Clintons even. So much, I mean, I guess. But the Obamas. But no, definitely won't. Definitely, I don't think at all the Trumps will be looked at as some political powerhouses. Now, I don't know. Nobody knows what the future holds. What Ivanka might try to whip up. I don't know, but I really think that we should stay clear of the Trumps and not even entertain any of that. Like, again, just close the door. Close the door, please. Let it go. I don't doubt it to the highest bidder. Yeah, I mean, you think about how cozy he was to the Saudis, and they have buku money. So we don't know. I mean, even Vladimir Putin himself. Yeah, Russia is poor, but Vladimir Putin got bank. He has a lot of money. Um, we have no idea the lengths that president went to give up secrets, and we're not going to know until probably the 20th of January or the 19th of January. Who knows? But then all the secrets will come out and everybody be looking at Trump like, how could you? I don't feel a certain way. I think he betrayed America. He betrayed America a long time ago, you dumb asses. Just crazy. I can't with people. It's just like he's been doing it. You allowed him to do it. So now don't get mad that he's done it and done it again. And I think like what's her name? What's her name? Susan Collins. Remember when they did the first impeachment and she's like, I think Trump has learned his lesson and he won't do it again. He did the same damn thing again, even worse this time. Not only did he call the Secretary of State of Georgia and basically beg him to get rid of 11,000 votes so he could win the state. And kept going. And he's like, sir, no, the votes are right. You're just listening to the wrong people. The votes are right. We counted it 3 times. Like, give it up. It's been counted 3 times. Certified 3 times. There's no way you can sit here and talk about voter fraud if something's been counted over and over 3 times against the people that you placed there in the state. You gave them people that power. You named him Secretary of State. That's your person. He was a Trump loyalist. So if he's telling you, sir, no, listen, you lost, take it. Take it. Y'all just mad that a black woman was able to mobilize all those people to vote against you. That's what you're really mad about. But it shows to prove exactly what Brian Kemp did. I know I'm going on a tangent, but I'm coming right back. So go with me here a little bit. Brian Kemp, the governor of Georgia, was the Secretary of State when he was in the gubernatorial race against Stacey Abrams, and he refused to step down as the Secretary of State who's in charge of the elections during his gubernatorial race. He stayed in the position. Why? Because he was able to control the vote. And other Republicans knew what he did. And they told Donald Trump what he did. So he was nice and secure thinking, yeah, you know what? We got this in the bag because Brian Kemp has my back. But Brian Kemp got what he wanted out of his situation. He got the governorship. So he can't do nothing now because if Brian Kemp was to do exactly what he did when he ran against Stacey Abrams, he'd be impeached too. And he was not going to take that chance. He was not going to take that chance. So he hoped for the best, and that was it. But what Stacey Abrams did is she just showed it. She said, all right, cool. You want to get rid of 500,000 votes? Fine. Okay. First, I'm going to take you to court to prove that you took 500,000 votes, right? Did that. It's a Republican legislator in Georgia. So she knows she was not going to be able to have the legislation turn around and say, you know what, we need to impeach him as governor, because they didn't. She won all of her cases against his voter fraud, but they never impeached him, right? He was able to stay in his seat. So he's able to stay in his seat as governor. So at that moment, she said, all right, cool. So then I'm going to go back out there and grab up every vote I can. Because now he can't do anything. Because if he does, he's going to get spotted. So then she put him on the spot. So he had no choice. She had him by the balls. She had Governor Kemp by the balls. Because if he tried to rig this election for Trump, it would have been all over. It'd have been all over for him. It'd have been all over for that state legislator. It'd have been all over for Donald Trump. It would have been a wrap. And she was waiting for him to move. She waited for him to try. And I mean, they did. They closed down a lot of the polling places. The same thing they did to a lot of places. They closed down a lot of the polling places, moved them not only for COVID situations, but you move them because the people who would normally be able to walk to a polling place and because they don't have a car would not be able to walk to a polling place anymore because they moved it out of the jurisdiction of the area. But then when you partner up with places like Lyft and Uber, who were giving free rides to people who were voting, you didn't count that part of the situation. So she played a great ground game. And she forced him, she checked him, and then she checkmated him, and he had no choice but to let it go. But to let it go. So she played her hand well, and I'll give it to her. People, that one man made that disparaging remarks about her, calling her Fat Albert or something. The coach, the assistant coach, okay, at that. Talking about something, and she's still not governor. Well, damn, you still not a coach. You're an assistant coach. And how about you're not even an assistant coach anymore? You don't have a job. So therefore, you doing all that to show what? Like, I mean, she did a damn good job. She was able to turn a whole state blue, not once, but twice. So if anybody thought it was a fluke the first time, it was no fluke. She made sure that she got everybody to come out again and vote. And again and again. So hats off to Stacey Abrams and everybody else who did the groundwork for turning Georgia blue twice. Awesome job. So lastly, before I leave you guys, I had a last part for better choices. Better choices. I know we all make these little promises to ourselves, when the new year hits, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, I'm going to do this. With COVID, know that we have been hardest hit in our communities due to COVID. But a lot of that sometimes is on us. There are some health disparities with how our health systems are set up in a lot of our communities and all of that. But there are some things that we need to take ownership of. And by that, I mean our eating habits. Yeah, eating habits are not all that great. And, we need to cut back on some things. Now, if going cold turkey is not for you, that is fine. But if you can learn to cut back on some things and try to incorporate more things into your diets, cool. We need to do something. It's trust and believe. The system in which we have in healthcare was not built for us. It was built by us and our bodies. To be very clear, we were used to experiment on, but it wasn't built for us. So sometimes we have to take a step back and make sure we are doing our part to take care of ourselves the best way we can. So since July, COVID-19, especially for people around the ages of 35 to 44, 9 times likely to catch COVID than our white counterparts, which is a huge problem. But of course, we add to that with things like hypertension, diabetes, which is sugar in your blood or fat in your blood. One of those. Yeah, like fat in your blood, which, when I learned that, I was like, oh, mind blowing, boom. Because when I was younger, my grandma, because I liked sweets, of course, growing up as a kid. It was candy all day. And we're like, oh, you're gonna get, let's just call it sugar diabetes or something like that. And I would be so scared. I'd be like, oh my God, I don't want to get that. I don't even know what it is, but I don't want to get it. Uh, but of course, when I learned about it, I was like, yeah. But I say all that to say we do need to eat healthier. We need to work out a little bit. But eating healthy is the best way we can do it. And I'm not saying don't eat the stuff you particularly like, but definitely moderation is key. I know a lot of times we get into these things where it's easier, it's more affordable, it's this, it's that. But to what extent? We're going to wind up killing ourselves um, for something that's easy instead of taking the time to actually put in our bodies something that will benefit us in the long run. Now some of this stuff it ain't great, okay, because I've taken that journey myself, and some of that stuff it's not the tastiest, but the overall end result, you do feel better. You feel better. You don't have all that stuff going on inside of you, because there's some stuff that's been sitting inside for a long time. Like I myself, I'm with you, Miss T. I love ice cream. Like I love ice cream. Right? You couldn't tell me nothing. I could eat ice cream like it was a bag of potato chips, no problem, and don't gain nothing because I don't know. But I love ice cream so much. Like can't even tell you. I still do, but I had to find an alternative. So it was the almond milk ice cream. Now some of those brands, some of those brands are not good. They are the devil. And I don't do it. That Halo, what I think it's called Halo ice cream brand. That's the devil. I don't like it. It don't taste good. Not at all. But I am mad that I cannot get a big thing of like Breyer's non-dairy ice cream until Breyer's did come out with a non-dairy Breyer's ice cream, but it was only cookies and cream, and I don't like cookies and cream, so I would douse it in chocolate syrup just to eat it. But I say all this to say that I have a true loving for ice cream, so I had to just find an alternative. So Ben and Jerry's made a non-dairy ice cream. I get it all the time. My favorite flavor is cookies and cream. I mean cookies and cream, yeah, because I was talking about it. Cookie dough, and that's what I eat a lot of times when I need a craving for ice cream. But I did read that when you're craving sweets and stuff, the best thing to do is drink water. My water go-to is alkaline water. Now, I will say alkaline water makes me, and I don't know if it works anybody else, but pee like a racehorse, like constantly, like nobody's business. That's the only downfall that I do not like about drinking alkaline water. But other than that, it's cool. I like alkaline. You know what? Virginia Redbone, you're going to cut it out. You better cut it out. My wife is in the chat today. Both of them. I'm not trying to get you in trouble. But anyway, I like ice cream a lot. So you just have to find an alternative. And I think that's the best thing we need to do. Oh, happy birthday, Tanari. I'm sorry. I didn't know it was your birthday. Happy birthday, love. God bless. Don't party too hard. Don't party too hard. But enjoy it nonetheless. Oh, yeah. Ben and Jerry's has... Where'd you go? Yeah, Ben and Jerry's has a non-dairy ice cream that is so good. I can't drink sugar-free soda tastes so sweet to me. Like Coke Zero, all that diet stuff, it tastes like pure syrup to me. And people go, it's more sugar in regular soda. Not to me. My taste buds, all I taste is like molasses in my mouth. I cannot. Um, I don't drink that much soda. If I do drink a soda, like root beer is my favorite. Uh, then there's like grape, probably. And unless I'm drinking something, then I'll probably have soda in it or something, maybe, if I feel like it. But I'm not really a soda fan. More juice than anything. But yeah, so alkaline water, more alkaline vegetables and stuff like that. What I have noticed is that I have started incorporating more vegetables and what I eat. I started that journey last year and I just continued with it. Once I got into the habit of it, it was like I was cool with it. Um, I like vegetables anyway, so it was a no brainer. Um, hey Brianna, what's going on? So it was a no brainer for me. Granted, sometimes I still do the chicken thing. I haven't fully cut that out, but I have got like the meatless chicken patties, which are not bad. I mean, they're not bad. From like Aldi's, they're not bad. They're not bad. Not to mention that Aldi's has a lot of vegan stuff now. Uh, the just is it just egg or just something, but it's like an egg substitute. That's not bad either. It really ain't bad. It really ain't bad. But yeah, we just need to make better choices, guys. Um, we definitely need to make better choices. Oh no, you fine. Nobody gonna put you. They don't get put on the block list as long as you acting right. You only get put on the block list when you ain't acting right. Who's hello? How are you? Welcome. Um, I don't like Splenda. I don't like the way Splenda tastes. I can't do it. Nope. And like with sugar, because people say, you're not supposed to eat white stuff. And that's kind of hard because everything has something white in it or something. So I do like raw sugar. That works. Or I do guape, or like the guava syrup stuff. Now that's hard to incorporate into like tea and stuff because it takes so much. Like it's very liquid. It's very liquefied. It's like it's thinner than honey even. And funny story about honey. So when I was starting my vegan journey and I was watching a whole bunch of stuff on YouTube and they said, hey, honey is not vegan. I said, what do you mean honey is not vegan? So I was like, how is honey not vegan? And I said, what do you mean? So I went to look at the video. And when I discovered that honey was actually like bee vomit, I was so turned off for a while. I mean, I'm back now, but when I first found that out, like my friends will tell you, I'm very much a hypochondriac when it comes to stuff like that. I was like, oh no, I can't eat that. What? You mean to tell me they throw up? They what? Oh hell no. Like, well, how did you think it was? I was like, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I was even willing to be like, maybe they pooped it out or something. I don't know. I was thinking maybe they pooped it out, but like regurgitated it out. Oh no. I was like, oh no, I'm done. So I'm better now. But yes, that's how honey is made. So I was like, nah, give me the guava. I'll take the guava. But yeah, it's very hard to mix that, incorporate that in your stuff. See, Len T, I was the same way. I ain't know it either. I was like, bam, hey, what's up, House of Entertainment, X Entertainment, what's going on? I didn't know that either. I was like, hey, what? Vomit. So I was like, oh no. So yeah, I use that as a substitute. Um, and little things here and there. I've always kind of been I mean, granted, I do eat like a fat person, but it don't go nowhere. But that's okay. I still me and food are friends. We've always been friends. We will always be friends. Anybody who can cook, because I don't really like cooking. I can cook, but I'm lazy. I don't like to cook. Like that whole thing with patience, I'm not. I do it because I have to. But if I didn't have to, I wouldn't do it. So, yeah, that is my thing. Uh, a little V vomit ain't never hurt nobody. Uh, I mean, it may not never hurt nobody, but I didn't need to know that. Like once I knew it, it blew my whole mind. Like I really was not here for. Um, I was not here for it. I was not here for it at all. Just want to say, would you say? I know. Well, I had to tell somebody how you think I felt. I felt the same way. And for the longest time, I did not eat honey. I still really don't eat it anymore now. Once in a blue, maybe, but I really don't eat it anymore. I like seafood. Um, I know I'm not too big on it, but I do like seafood. I love a good crab leg all the time. Hey, Sabrina. Hey, what's going on? I love a good crab leg. Um, I don't eat crabs because there's too much. I don't know what to eat. Um, well, you love honey? Well, you can have at it. You can have all the honey you want, all the bee. What? Throw up. No, let me stop. Um, yeah, let me stop playing around. But yeah, I love it. I love it. I love it. I can't do, can't do it. But I mean, to each his own. What we need to do is just kind of get a little better with our eating habits. I know I binge out on the junk every so often, uh, but I'm learning to cut back. So, yeah, I think that's best. And especially with Corona going around, because we don't want to kind of put ourselves in situations where, even with this new, more contagious, and that's a whole nother thing, put a pin in that. So, Maryland, the governor of Maryland, just basically told the rest of Maryland that there's been a more contagious strand of, excuse me, of the coronavirus that's been, of course, spotted here in Maryland that was over in the UK of COVID-19. Like, whoa, bam. Um, and this is allegedly supposed to be more contagious. I don't know how I feel about that. I'm not saying that it's not out there because, I mean, of course, um, but it almost makes you wonder, are you trying to use this as a scare tactic to make sure that you have everybody go get the vaccine, to be like, okay, we're going to make sure you get a vaccine now because we're going to say, oh, there's a more strand out here that can get people sick, so make sure you go out there and get your vaccine. So I don't know. I really don't know. So we're working on it, but I don't know. So we shall see. We shall see. We shall see. Now you said, what's that? Uh, not pigtails and pig feet. I don't eat pork at all, so I don't know nothing about that. I don't do pork and I don't do beef, so raw honey is too expensive to be throwing in the trash. Send me the box. I can't. I cannot. I cannot. You can. You can have it. You can have all of mine. I don't even buy it anymore. But yeah, I don't know. We just need to be careful out there. We need to do our part to make sure that we are our healthiest. To ensure that we cannot do anything else to add to our situations, because we don't need that. Um, I know a lot of people like their pork and their bacon, and I'm not here to tell you don't eat it, but just moderation. Everything in moderation is always good. You have to do what works best for you. You know, it used to be my thing when I was younger. I would murder a pack of bacon or some fat back in a minute, but once I got older, it was like, nah. Especially when I went to school. When I went to school and I didn't like the way they cooked it, I was like, no, I ain't eating that. Uh, yeah, but definitely, we definitely need to build our immune systems. That is definitely important. Greens with smoked turkey neck bones, yeah, but other than that, I don't do it. And if I come over your house and you do have greens or something that you know you cook other stuff in, like pork and stuff, you need to let the people know, oh, those green beans have pork in it. Thank you. You know, I need to be like giving me some greens because I like green beans and collard greens and kale and all that stuff, and just throw it on my plate and then be like, oh, yeah, I made that with some pork back fat. Like, what? Don't give me that. Throw that in, oh, you can eat that. I'm not eating that. Because people do that to me all the time. Yeah, I'm not a. Yeah, me too. I'm gonna cut back on the chicken too. It's just so hard. It's hard to cut back on chicken for me. Um, but I am. I did it once before. It don't go great with alcohol though. I'll tell you that. That whole vegan diet thing don't go well with alcohol. I was messed up. It was so bad, so bad. Never gonna do that again. Um, exactly. Please let me know. Cause I use smoked turkey. Okay, right. That's what I'm saying. Like, let me know. Don't be trying to just tell me. And that's the funny thing. Like, all I need is a little bit. My stomach will be doing like a karate flip. Like, what are you eating? What's that? What's been? And I'll be like, oh, oh, what? Yeah. Don't do it. Don't do it to me. Don't do it to me. Sabrina, stop laughing. Stop laughing. It's not funny. She was with me that time that I got really messed up on my vegan diet and I was drinking too much. I was messed up. Yeah, so I've learned to not do that. Yeah. So yeah, but no, that's all. I just want us to be better in this year. Um, we have a lot of opportunities to live better and healthier lives due to the fact that all this is going on around us, and to help build our immune systems and keep them strong. We own some responsibility too. So that's all I want us to do, to ensure that we are being responsible to ourselves and to our bodies, which is most important. And that's my wellness of the day. Okay, so I don't want to get no emails like, oh, why you don't really do wellness? Because I talk about politics. That's what I do. But there's some wellness for you. I said it. I said it. Yes. And what else? Oh yeah. So before I go, as always, I will drop it. So, anybody have anything they want to say, share, anything that they read, heard about, maybe that I didn't know, or you want to just ask a question or just say, hey, you are welcome to do so. I just ask that you be respectful. If not, I will give you a 2-piece and a biscuit on your way out the door. Um, so that's that. While if anybody wants to hop on, the link is in the chat. While I'll say that, please make sure that you pop over to the check us out at the Gentleman's Panel. We will be on Rebel Sons channel this Thursday. Yeah, so definitely check us out there. You said depends on your funds to eat well. Well, no, not necessarily. I mean, you can always, again, you can always incorporate some more vegetables or something into what you're eating. Because if the budget ain't right, the budget ain't right. But we can always kind of add more of something, even with the budget that we have. So say like I'm a fries person. I get that from my mom. I love French fries. Like love them, love them, love them. I know they're not necessarily good for me all the time, because if you are into Dr. Sabi's diet, you're really not supposed to eat them at all, because they are I forgot what he called them. It'll come to me. But you're not supposed to eat them. But I can't. I can't. I got to. I gotta have a French fry in there somewhere. French fries make everything taste better, so it's got to be a fry in there somewhere. So I've just made sure that I incorporated more vegetables into whatever I was eating. Um, I have a few friends that have air fryers. They seem to work well. I just made a Beyond Burger in the air fryer. That was good. Yeah, I was just saying that all these has a lot of vegan and healthier choices for the cheap. I mean, you got to pay for your bag, but I'm okay with that. And they have vegan ice cream, so well, non-dairy ice cream rather. So I'm okay with that too. Juicing, I never really got into juicing. I don't really like sweet potato fries. I don't really like them. I don't really like them. You'd be surprised. Uh, and maybe it's the way the person made. I don't know. For me, sweet potato fries, to me, I figure they're supposed to be like sweet. And the fact that they're like mushy ish with a salt kind of flavor to, like, salt on them with a sweet kind of flavor to them. I don't, not my thing. Whatever, Antonio. Nobody cares that you love sweet potato fries. Nobody cares. Now, zucchini fries are good. I like that. Goodness gracious. What do you eat? I am picky. I am picky, but I eat turkey, I eat chicken, fish. Nah, yeah, most of that. Fries, that, uh, yeah, anything else. Yeah, and sweet stuff that I shouldn't even eat either. What's growing on me? Mushrooms. I don't like mushrooms, but I can thank Sabrina for that because they're growing on me. My mother loved mushrooms, but but it's growing on me. It's growing on me. Not, I like salmon. Salmon is good. Now the croquette things, that depends on who makes them because the I've had some, like my friend Sabrina, she makes good ones, but I had one time it was not so great. So it's like a hit or miss for some people, but certain things I like. I gotta throw our entire dinner in the trash. No, you don't have to do that. Like, I eat around stuff. I'm not rude like that. My grandmother would be done slap my whole face if somebody actually made a plate and I was like, I don't eat that, and had them do it over. No, I just eat around it. Like, I eat whatever vegetable you had or something like that, and I just eat that. Like, I'm okay with that. But you ain't gonna be kissing me with no steak breath or nothing like that. You gotta brush your teeth or something. I don't do that. Like, that's nasty. Oh, portobello mushroom. Now, I did have a portobello mushroom burger at Gordon Ramsay's burger joint in Vegas. That was good. Now, that was really, really good. That was good, good, good. I mean, not that anybody go to Vegas, but if you happen to go to Vegas and you go to Gordon Ramsay's burger joint, the portobello mushroom burger is actually good. I like raw vegetables too. Like, I don't always like to cook my vegetables. I like raw vegetables too. I think, I don't know. To me, they're good. I can just eat them like that. I like fried cabbage. I don't really like it the way my grandmother makes it. I mean, although it's still good, but like she overcooks it to where it's like wimped and all that. Like, I need some vibrance in it. It needs to have some kind of texture or crunch to it for me a little bit. I can't do the soup, the soupy kind of stuff. It's too late. We're having popcorn. I don't do popcorn. What you mean? I don't do popcorn. Who does popcorn? Not for dinner. Steamed vegetables for the win. Popcorn. Come on, Jess. You gonna do me like that with popcorn? Mm-mm-mm. That's crazy. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Yeah. But anyway, that's all I had for you guys today. Um, be on the lookout. Of course, there'll be news tomorrow. I will be stuck glued to the TV and to what will be the fate of President Donald Jackass Trump. Uh, so we shall see what happens with this. Oh, you said, hold on, you coming? Okay, I can put it again. Well, never mind. I will wait. Oh, that's right. I know you said use that word. I'll wait. I'll wait. Um, went on the whole pop. There's a popcorn diet. I couldn't. The only time I ate a whole lot of popcorn when I discovered that they had the little shakeable flavor things that you could put on it, and I used to sprinkle the hell out of some white cheddar on the popcorn. It was amazing. Hey, what's going on?
Nothing much. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Right. I'm good.
That's great.
I got the tail end of it. Once I got off work, I immediately did my workout for the night. Had to, had to get all this together.
You was rocking in the mirror, huh?
I damn
You
so that is the best investment ever.
you be going hard on that thing. I said, okay.
hmm And then the workout today, they had us doing call outs. So what they did was he would give you an exercise and then make it a
Hmm.
number, and then he would just randomly yell out the number, and then you have to do whatever the exercise was.
But is the person actually doing the exercise with you?
Yeah,
Oh, so
it's
somebody's
just like
virtually doing it.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
okay, cool.
So it's just like YouTube in a mirror, pretty much. It's just like
Okay,
it shows up on the mirror, and you do it with the trainer in the mirror. It's really nice.
okay. Look at you, all
Mm,
sophisticated and everything.
be tired as hell afterwards.
Yes.
Like this stuff, I'll be sitting here yelling at the damn mirror. It's a camera in the mirror. I'm pretty sure I could go on there and that he can see me, but I don't ever do that.
Oh, man, please don't. That's crazy.
I walk around the house naked. I don't want nobody mysteriously watching me through my mirror. That's creepy.
TMI, TMI, TMI. But
I need to
yeah,
see in my glory.
the whole mirror be following you. Did that mirror move? Mm-mm-mm.
Oh boy.
Yes, TMI.
Sorry.
Not he's cute. Glad I'm married. Oh, he married too.
Oh, that I am. So what did you go over? Because I only caught the tail end
Oh
of
my
your
gosh.
veggies.
Okay, so breaking news, real quick. You should
hmm
watch the replay. I'm teasing. Went over Mitch McConnell, basically saying that uh, impeachment this go around will be a good idea, and he's for it in so
I'm
many
surprised he hasn't
words.
stepped down
Why?
because everybody else is backtracking and resigning.
Oh, well, he wasn't part of the administration. His wife was. His wife has
Mm,
stepped down, but she was only there to probably keep an eye on Trump and tell Mitch what Trump was doing. Whatever Trump didn't say to Mitch, she was there to tell Mitch what he was doing.
mm.
So that talked about um, the Secret Service dude who, or girl, I don't know who it was. There's a Secret Service agent that has been placed under investigation due to a post that they put about um, about Donald Trump, about them, about the Republicans or the actual House actually recounting or not giving Donald Trump the win for the election. So he or she is under investigation. Um,
And they should have kept their nose out of that.
well,
Completely out of
well,
it.
I mean, a lot of police officers and law enforcement are getting arrested because they was out there at the Capitol doing the shits. So
There's one dude from Maryland. He was out there with his work badge on, with his name and everything clearly with his picture.
damn,
People are stupid.
they
But hold
are.
up, how many people was it? Like what, 1,000 people or so?
It's probably more than that.
Everybody called out in unison.
I'm guessing so. I'm
Like,
guessing so. But I mean,
and it,
but they understand that building, as far as many other federal buildings, they are taking pictures. They have photographs of people's faces. Every little inch you go, a camera is taking a picture of your face. Your all that. So all they doing is going through the shit like dink dink. Go get them.
but I just think it's stupid that one, you show up without any mask on. First off, that was your first mistake. Fuck
Oh
COVID.
no,
If you
it's
going storm,
proud. You
but
proud.
again, even if you going after a federal building, COVID or
You
not, you should cover your face.
You a proud boy. You don't cover your face. Proud boys don't cover their faces.
I'm like, y'all stupid. Y'all so stupid. And then that lady with the onions talking, talking about they pushed me down and maced me. No, they didn't, man.
What do you mean? No, they didn't. That's
She,
the
you
one
ain't
that
see her with that
when she
towel.
when she was like, like, what happened? They maced me when I stepped
Yes,
to, like,
she had an onion in her towel. You can see it in one of the other clips. She had an onion and she was rubbing her eyes with the onion, saying that the police maced her.
no.
Yes, they caught her in that. And then her stupid self, the reporter's like, "What's your name?"
Uh,
Catherine. Oh, well, where are you from?
she
Tennessee. Oh,
said, yeah,
okay.
she said
Hmm.
Tennessee. Yeah, that's what she said.
I'll see you there tomorrow morning because you will not be a free woman tomorrow.
He's like, well, why did you do it? What do you mean? It's a revolution. All
I'm
right,
like,
be part
okay,
of
so
the
now you admitted
revolution.
to treason. Good job.
I
Good
mean, they
job,
all have.
Catherine from
That's what
Tennessee.
I don't understand. They all have, but it's like almost supposed to be like it's a pat on the back. Like you're being treasonous. Like you're going against the country. The same reason why those Confederates lost and should never been erected in the first place or glorified is the same reason why you guys should go to jail and nobody should honor your whatever sacrifice you made. Like homegirl who jumped through that window and the dude said, "Do not jump through that window."
He gave her clear instructions, ma'am, do not come in here. I will shoot. She put her knee in there and he shot her in the neck.
And
Just
she
fuck your
flew
knee.
back.
Right?
She flew back. And you see, dude, he was about to shoot. He thought about it. He was about to shoot. They was geared up in there too.
I
They was
saw a
they
whole
were
bunch of
they were
people.
they were geared up.
Dude, the men in the chain, like in the main hall, as they
Mm-hmm.
barricaded the door, all those
Right.
guards had their gun drawn, were waiting for people to
Right.
come in here.
Yeah.
It would have been a full massacre had
Yeah.
they still been in there with the lawmakers in there.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I just learned today that the guy, the one you see on the video that was running up the steps, and you like, run, for
The
they
black
get
guy,
you.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, he was actually leading them away from the Senate
I
chambers
saw that.
because the
I saw.
senators weren't even in secure locations before he did that. I was like, oh, well, that makes sense. Because at first I was like, damn, he running up them steps. He out of breath. But um, but
But
glad to
let's
see some people take their job seriously and protect lawmakers. Well, that's
yeah,
good to see. What you want
let's
to
go
say?
back to the original point.
What's
How
that?
did that many angry people get that close to the Capitol? That's
Because
the
there's
number.
because there's some angry people in the Capitol that let them in. What do you
And
mean
all of
how?
those police officers, but that's the thing. All those
That's it.
police officers that they saw moving the barricades, all of them need to be completely. They need to be thrown in jail too, because
Yeah.
you endangered so many lives.
Yep. Yep. Well, that's because that's because again, like I was saying earlier, he ran as a law and order president. So they were, they've always been very, especially those kind of on the fence of a white supremacist, but I just happen to be a cop. They've been for him since he got in office because they knew what he was about. A lot of us didn't know, but he knew. He knew. They knew all along what he was about. So this was just, let me do my part to show them I'm down with the cause too. So I'm gonna let the people in act like, oh no, we were so overrun. I tried to block it and he pushed it open. If it's your
Sir,
job to
saw
stand there
you.
and protect, hmm?
We saw you open gates.
Oh
Nobody pushed you.
no, I
We
saw
saw
you
you.
open the gate, turn around, and walk with the mob into the thing. And then I saw one of them actually directing the thugs which way to go. Like Nancy Pelosi office over here, Jim
And then,
Clyburn office down here.
and then the people taking selfies with the police officers. Y'all dumb. Y'all so
Whole
stupid.
selfies. Whole selfies.
That whole thing. It was comical, but it was so many things. Like it was funny, it was sad, it showed white privilege to the fullest.
Gotcha,
The
bitch.
fullest.
That was a
Because
gotcha,
remember
bitch.
when Black Lives Matter was out there, they had the
Because
SWAT team on the steps.
Black lives don't matter. The only life that matters, the white people's lives that matter.
I'm
And
like,
that's no
y'all.
news flash to everybody else that ain't white. It's only a news flash to them. They like to go, all lives matter. No, they don't. No, they
Yeah,
don't.
but y'all watched Becky bleed out after she got shot in the throat. I
And
like.
was scared. No, wait. The part that get me is you did all that, right? You did all that, and y'all was geared up, ready to go. Becky gets shot in the throat, and it was like, oh wait, who shit? They serious.
It just got real.
It just got real. Bitch, it been real. It was real when you was listening to that motherfucker. You're like, we gotta go in there. We're gonna storm that Capitol right now because it's ours, and we want
Mm.
Donald Trump. It was real then.
This was the prime example of stand back and stand by.
Oh no, this was the prime example of. Excuse me, this is not your fight. Just watch the show. Let them fuck up their own shit. Mhm, mhm.
And then didn't they say didn't some cop get killed too?
They hit the cop in the head with the fire extinguisher. But again, we talking about some blue lives matter. Well, not that blue life. Climbing walls like Donkey Kong and shit. Them niggas was climbing walls, and they call us monkeys.
Right.
Them white baboons was climbing walls.
And then my fiance was telling me about that one lady that got trampled and she had a sign that said "Don't tread on me."
Right. No, but let's talk about the one black person that was really standing there, didn't know what the fuck he was looking at. Okay?
Uncle Ruckus.
Didn't know what the fuck he was looking at. He's standing there in the viewing gallery talking about something. What's this? Ain't nothing to steal? Like he looking around like, where we at? What's this? It was ridiculous. It was ridiculous. Some of the faces though are the lawmakers. It wasn't funny, but it was because it was like some of them looked like they were shitting themselves, and it was just like, I know it's a scary moment, but please have some courage. Please have some courage, because y'all talk all that mess on the floor. No, you fine. Y'all talk all that mess on the floor when the cameras is on and shit. When people doing investigations, and you mean to tell me now at this point y'all gonna sit here and be like, "Oh God," I just felt it was like.
I'm pretty sure that you have I'm hoping that you have some type of training with a gun, a stick, a taser, or something when you're in some type of seat of power, because that would only make sense. Because let's just say shit really went left.
Well, no. Well, I mean, actually, they really don't, because that is supposed to be one of the most securest buildings. I mean, put it this way: they have hyped that building to be, besides the White House, that building, and Fort Knox would be the most secure buildings in the United States. The most secure federal building. Well, yeah. I mean, it is, but it ain't. It is, but it ain't. It
I
ain't.
know you can't even get on the White House lawn. You can't even stand out front the gate for too long before they come questioning you. Like,
walk up and down that thing twice and see if they don't say
they're gonna question you. They're gonna be like, what you doing here?
Right.
Oh, I'm just waiting. No, you can wait over there.
Yeah, you can wait over there. You better take your picture and keep moving.
Right,
Keep it moving. Snap, go. Snap, go. You black too, it'd be like snap and go, snap and go. You don't get to stand in front of the White House and do no, you'd be like, you better do it in motion, bitch.
You see what Nate said? Who brought the handicapped people?
Who brought them? They,
Remember the
they,
people in the wheelchair?
they was throwing crutches. They was throwing crutches. They was throwing crutches. I'm telling you, they was throwing crutches and wheelchairs at the police officers.
That is ridiculous. That I was wondering, all the people that were in the wheelchairs, how'd they get in there? Are they wheelchair accessible in that building?
But
Where they at?
it was down at the ground thing. So the ground one you could go in, you could go in, and then you could go up the ramp
But they
thing.
let them in.
Well, no, actually, they kind of pushed their way through. Some of the police officers had to show like they was actually fighting against, so they holding the door, and the people like heave ho. I mean, them white folks was doing heave ho, and that whole thing like they was really doing something. But yeah, at the end of the day, somebody just went push, and the door opened a little bit more, and then they just went in and had a good old time. I mean. That's what it is. I mean, I'm not surprised. These are the same white thugs that when Kentucky State or Duke or whatever other white man-made university wins a championship, they can stand on cars, burn them, flip them over, and they just go, "Oh, them good old boys are having a good old time. Look at that! They were so excited about a win."
Yeah, yeah. That's ta-da.
Ta-da! So that's why I said everybody needs to be investigated.
Then I saw the guy that was dressed up like that caveman with the red and the red on his face.
See his mama talking about something. They not giving. He's not eating.
In
he's not eating because he's not getting any organic meals. Well, you should have gave him some organic meals in a snack bag before he went on that goddamn trip, because you knew he was going to go to jail for going into the freaking thing.
But I'm like, dude, you choosing salvation over organic? What organic food do you think you're gonna get in prison? It's prison.
Because he's white. His mother allowed him to act a damn fool as a full adult, even as a child, and always get his way. He was one of those kids, I'm sure, that was in the supermarket acting a fool because he didn't get what he wanted.
I believe it.
So this is case in point where he feel like he can barge in the Capitol, go to jail, and supposed to get an organic meal because that's what he eats. And don't my taxpayers pay for this prison? So therefore, I want an organic meal, bitch. This ain't the Four Seasons restaurant,
right?
This ain't Red Lobster. This ain't whatever other place that you go eat at. This is prison.
Did they get the guy
federal prison at that?
Did they get the guy that had his feet up on Nancy Pelosi's assistant's desk?
They got his ass too.
What about the guy that took the podium? Wasn't his dad a senator or something?
They got his ass too. He called himself cutting his beard down. I guess he thought if he cut his beard off, they wouldn't recognize his ass. He snatched his red ass up.
I'm a whole different person.
No, he cut all this off and he slicked that back. He slicked his hair back, but they got his red ass. The lawmaker out of West Virginia, they snatched him up too. And the grandmother talking about, "You will not take a picture of my grandbaby. That's my grandbaby. And thank you, Mr. Trump, for inviting us to the White House." If y'all don't get y'all honky-tonky asses out of here, that man broke into a federal building that he worked at or was a part of. Retard. You deserve to be put in handcuffs, you fucking idiot.
Are they taking him? I'm assuming they're taking him completely out of his seat. Like all those people affiliated with him.
He stepped down. They didn't even take him out. He stepped down. No, he should have been removed. He shouldn't have to step down. He should have been removed completely. Ain't no step down. Just remove his ass. I mean, that's in my opinion.
I don't see, how does that make any sense for you to be a part of some type of political power and you're out here breaking into a federal building with a mob? That's the dumbest thing you could do.
Well, when you're white, you're right. And whatever you do, the world is your oyster because you created it, right?
Sure. Aren't you in jail though?
I mean, It took a whole 24. It took a whole 24, 48 hours for some of them to go to jail.
What had me dying was the no fly list. Then people flipping out in the airports because they can't fly home.
Why would they think they would be able to? That's a federal building. Like
I
I mean,
don't
I
know,
know,
but they were really
no,
upset.
but I mean, I know people don't really look at it like look at it like a big deal. But that is a federal building. The when you're able to fly, the reason why you get those green lights is because the federal department says, yeah, you're of no risk to anyone. You can go enjoy your vacation. But the minute they put a little mark on you, what you think TSA was standing there for? Their health and scanning your license through the thing, and they go green. You just thought that means green means good. You go, nothing. Oh no, that means everything is clear. There's nothing federal hanging over your head like boop, red. He don't. You're not go. I'm only going to Mexico. Not you. Not today.
You better get a car.
Not today. And even if you go to the border, you won't be able to get through.
Oh, you damn sure won't.
No, you won't. I mean, tell you the truth, I wouldn't be complaining. I'd rather be hemmed up and stopped at least where I know I'm home than to go
Yeah.
overseas and the damn international department over there stop your ass and say, you know you in trouble in this state. Say what, bitch? Excuse me. I didn't hear that.
You might as well get right back in that Uber and go right back to your hotel because you're gonna be here for a while.
You'd be looking like Taken, bitch. It'd be looking like Taken. I seen the movie. I don't want no parts. It was like a dude with the podium. He stayed at home. He's the dad. He has 5 kids. Damn. Damn. Yeah, but they was, you see how so nice and chalantly they walked out. They were just like, like we visited. Yeah, we rock. We was in here, snatching them all up one by one. But like I said earlier, the interesting part is to find out how many law enforcement agents are they gonna sweep up. But anyway, go ahead.
Did you see the black lady that punched the white lady in the nose?
No.
The black lady, I think she was a cop actually. She was talking, and this white lady reached for her phone, and the black lady swooped back and went pop. Her whole everything was busted. So then they're pulling the white lady.
This was during the thing, or this was just a random?
That same day.
Oh God.
So then they're taking the white lady because now she's being the victim. She's
Lord, here we go.
So then they're like, "What happened?" And she goes, "I got hit." They were like, "By who?" She was like, "That black girl." And the guy was like, "Oh, Black Lives Matter hit you?" I was like, "Oh shit, there you go." So then that turned into a whole thing.
She was about to do a Miss Sophia on him. She was about to do a Miss Sophia. I seen The Color Purple. She said, "Get my children out of here."
But they kept asking her, "Well, what did you do to make her hit you?" "I did nothing." "Girl, you lying. We got you on video swiping at her." Because honestly, the black lady was talking.
I so missed that.
Just imagine you're talking to somebody like this, and next thing you know, you see a hand like swiping at your face. You was like, "Hold up, what?" And it was like, seriously, the way she moved, it was like a reaction. Like it wasn't like intentional. It was just like when you young and somebody hit you, you immediately hit them back.
Yeah.
It was like that.
It's like, bitch, don't do that.
Exactly.
You scared me.
So but yeah, that was crazy. Like that one punch. Oh, and then the white lady who got hit, her daughter told on her on Facebook and said, "This is my mother. This is Jackie. We live in blah, blah, blah. And if you don't believe this is my mother, this is us together on Christmas." I'm like, well, damn. You really don't like your mother.
She got her face rocked.
Hard.
Damn.
That one time. And her husband.
I didn't see it. I gotta see it.
Her husband went.
There's nothing he could do. He didn't want one of them Sophia punches. I'm telling you, it was one of them. What you say? I said you keep your children so clean. You want to be my maid?
The way, but the
I want to
way
be
he
your
just looked, like she got hit. He said, "Oh," like he didn't know what to do.
I'm telling you, that was just like a color purple. You want to be my maid? You said you want to be her maid. He said, "Oh," before you know it, boom, he was out on the floor, ground. Just
Oh my god.
not. You can't go mess around with everybody. That's like when people be like, "Oh my God, your braids are so nice," and go to touch. Whoa, what you doing? Yeah, don't do that. Don't do that, lady. Don't touch me. You. Thank you.
I had one coworker, this old white lady. She apparently hadn't been around many black people. She was from Massachusetts or something. And
Mm.
she was like, "You are just so adorable. Thank you. You're so cute, and I love your skin." And I'm like, "Okay, where's this going? Don't make no tea around me." Like I'm waiting for her to appear with a glass and a spoon. and I'm like, "Okay, where
I
all these
can
conversations
use your
going?"
body.
And this is when I still had my locks. And she was like, "I don't think that I'm being rude, but can I
That's
touch
the
your
first time
hair?"
when people think they're
And I'm
rude. When they
like,
say, "Don't think I'm being rude," you're rude.
she was like, "Well, can I touch your hair?" And I was like, "Okay, go ahead." So I
Mm-mm.
put my hair down, and she was running her. You would have thought she was having a big O in the middle of this. She was like,
She
"Oh,
was.
what?"
She was.
I'm
Oh
like,
my
"All right,
god!
girl. All right, girl."
All this mandingo hair.
She probably went back to her desk and sniffed it.
I am so moist right now.
Do you remember the movie Superstar where she used to sniff her hands?
She put it under her arms and said, "Superstar." That's what she was doing. Um,
Mm-mm. Just Jeff said, "I've never in my life felt the urge to touch a white person's hair."
yeah, never,
Agreed.
ever, ever,
There
ever.
was when I was in elementary school, one of those white girls. She had black hair and she had lice. Nope.
Oh
Mm-mm.
no.
I was like, nope.
It always looked like matted or sticky or something. It always looked like nothing nobody want to touch. It'd be like, anybody touching that?
Like sweaty and greasy and stuff.
Yeah, no, thank you, no, thank you. She was wet in those panties,
Yep,
brother
that's
William
what she
said.
was. We still friends on Facebook. Every time I post a picture, she like it.
I know. She over there wringing them panties out to me. Oh my god. Ooh, he's built like a lumberjack.
A lumberjack. Oh
Oh,
my gosh.
you're dumb.
Oh, I can't wait. Like back to political stuff though. I cannot wait to see what like the first 100 days are gonna be like.
They got a lot
Because
of work to do in the first
yes,
100 days. They got a
they
lot of
do.
work. A lot
I'm
of
waiting
work.
to see. I saw something online earlier about a new stimulus proposal where everybody gets like $2,000 and 1,000 each month or something for the next year.
Hmm.
Of course, it could just be all talk, but I mean, it would be
Well, I
nice.
mean, they have the majority right now, so you never know. You never know. Never know. Never know. You never know. Mm-mm. That is crazy.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So when are we really do gotta set time up because it's been a while. It's been like a month.
Yeah, it's been almost 2 months.
So yeah. What you doing this week? You
Nothing.
free Saturday?
You said
Okay,
what?
cool. What did we do it Friday or Saturday? I think it's
Friday.
Friday, right?
It's
Yeah,
Friday.
I'm free Friday.
Okay, Friday it is. Hey, what's up, official King Payne? What's going on, sir?
Hey, King Payne.
Um, yeah, Friday is fine.
Okay, so everyone, for those who don't know, this Friday we will be doing a nightcap.
Okay, don't have me drop the commercial and do all that, and then I gotta recant it back. I'm telling you now, I'm gonna drop it.
I'll be here.
Okay,
It'll be brought to you by Pure for Men. Sorry.
I'm- and the toy of the evening,
Right.
Pure for Men. We do not get any residuals from Pure for Men for that endorsement. You better just take a squash and call it a day. Um,
But
and
yeah, all
y'all
right.
better get
That is
together. You make sure. I know. I like the pop up thing. I don't like it to be like scheduled.
planned.
Scheduled. I like it to be the pop up thing because it's like, ooh, they're happy. Ooh, they're doing one. I don't know. The routine stuff you kind of get used to it. I like it for it to be like, bam, throw it out there. Um, yeah. So that's cool. Okay, so Friday.
All right, I'm all for it. Anybody, again, if you have any suggestions, any stories, or anything, they have your information. How do they? Don't they email you or do they message you somewhere or something?
Yeah, they can email me, and one of the mods can drop the email. You can put your email in the chat if you want to. So that way, if they want to send you the story, since you to be
For
the
some
one
reason, I still can't actually comment on this thing.
telling it, since you are the orator, you know, you be writing them erotical stories about Zeus jumping out the sky and humping on uh, whomever. I was like, what the
They
hell?
I was thinking about that too. I keep thinking I'm just gonna read off some of my stories, but I'm like my voice sounds boring, so I'll have to figure something
I
out.
think so too. I think my voice is boring too. Um, yeah, but we still have the what you call it. We still have some leftover questions from before too that we could still
Right,
do.
right, right.
Yeah, but please, if you have stories, ideas, or anything about for the nightcap, which is a more adult, of course, hint the word nightcap. So get your drink ready. It's always brown over here. Yeah. So yeah, be ready. Thank you, Linty. Thank you so much for the super chat. Appreciate you. Um,
With positions and tasteful news.
yes, with positions and tasteful nudes. I'm here for it. I'm
Now,
here for it.
what positions though?
I mean, and make sure you have good lighting.
We
'Cause you
call
don't want
this one the crippled monkey. Right.
this one's to come get it. Okay. But yeah, definitely. So yeah, definitely email me or Antonio. You got to give me your email. Well, I do have your email.
I can't comment it.
I'll put it in the other. I'll put it in the other thing. I think it's in my thing. I'll put it in later. Then I will put that in later. So just come back and check the drop down box for Antonio's email. I will put it in the flyer as well when I post it on the community wall. So that way, if you have any erotic stories or funny stories that happen to be, because it's not, I mean, it's not about politics. It's just about whatever. So if it's a funny story that you want to share, we do not have to put your name. It can be anonymous, just like a strawberry letter or something like that, and we can share it with the folks and have a good time. Now, please don't be surprised because it's a little more different version of me. This is a little bit more like, the more professional. That one's a little different. The brown is in, and it's whatever. So it's a little risque, but it is what it is. Um, don't need to speak to your husband. Oh, okay.
He already knows about my stories. He actually
Ciao.
asked me about one the other day.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah. But if you haven't seen any of the Nightcap, please check it out. We have 3 episodes in the bank already. Um, and I think what was the last one wasn't about toys. No. Or was it?
No, the very first one was about toys.
Was the first one
Wasn't
about
it? Or
toys?
was that the second
I
one?
think the second one was because then you had the whole basket.
I got a new toy, by the way. I'll show y'all Friday.
No. Oh boy. Ain't that box big enough? God damn.
I got a new thing.
I'm gonna get you a bin. You're gonna get a big old
Have you ever
bin.
seen one of those things? Hold on, I can actually show y'all. Not the toys, but like one of these, like a hideaway trunk.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You have a nice little a hidden ottoman. It's a hidden ottoman, and under the ottoman is a
Let me
treasure. Is
sweep
a
into my trunk.
is a treasure trove. Ain't no pleasures.
This
That's crazy.
would be the house of ill repute.
Somebody has to help out with these winter months. Okay.
Mm-mm.
Oh, yes, it's cold. But I heard Texas has been kind of cold too, surprisingly.
Yeah, a
For
whole bunch of people been posting snow and
snow
frost
and
and
all,
stuff.
yeah. I said, it's happening.
When it hit Florida, that's how you know it's really over. If I
Like,
wake up and it's snowing, oh no.
I thought about coming down there, but yeah, I'm gonna keep my ass right up here.
I'll be outside like this. Nope. Mm-mm.
Get the oil. Get the oil.
Right. You know how they do. They get the like
You better pray. It snowed in Dallas on
not this
Sunday.
annoying. Mm.
Your favorite lube. Hey, that's nice. Well, actually, mine is coconut oil. Organic coconut oil. I know I'm doing like a health nut, but organic coconut oil is so good. It's like it's the best. And it's natural, so
Don't
you
it
don't have to worry about nothing. Huh?
doesn't it absorb in you though? The
You gotta,
natural
you gotta
oil?
use you gotta use a lot.
Oh, whole room gonna smell like the island.
No, the whole room just smell like you cooking. So, like, what are you baking? Coconut.
Yeah.
Coconuts. So I bake it. My internet is down. Mm, I bet you do. So my internet is down. I have so much to say. I bet you do. 56 a.m. Florida.
Yeah, it's been chilly in Florida. It's been like chilly, like the heat's been on.
Oh wow! Not for you, not for you, Mister. I just with how many winters has it been? You be sitting there to myself, flick, like really, bitch, really,
I,
bitch. I don't care that you're at the beach. I could care less that you have on a sport sleeve shirt or you have on some shorts, and we sitting over here cold as shit with all this snow.
my first Thanksgiving in Florida, we went to the beach. I was like, see, this is
Oh, okay. Okay,
what.
Jess. She said she got 3 jars. Let's go. Let's go.
Organic
We
coconut
be
extract.
slipping and
Okay, first
sliding
off,
all
you
over the
already
place.
lying. You
Slip.
already lying. The fact that you said virgin, you're lying. That oil ain't a virgin.
It won't be when I'm done.
Gently used organic coconut.
It will be very holy, okay? It'll be very holy when I'm done. But yeah, that's cool. I like coconut oil. It works. Be slipping and sliding all over the place. Like you got on church socks, just sliding in it, just falling right in it. Bloop, bloop, bloop.
That oil is extra virgin, but I'm not.
We just
See,
went through
already a nightcap. See, look at that.
not threesome pictures. I mean,
Hold
yeah,
on, wait, what? I want to
shit.
see. Hold on. Like, baby, no.
Turn the camera a little bit over here. You got to make sure the light's right so they see everything. Mm-mm. I'm not 46 though.
He said not eating it, y'all. Whose hair is in this food? The oil got hair in it. What y'all been doing?
What you fry that in? Coconut oil? Oh hell no! What you used to say your mama said? Waste not one nut, my
Yeah,
oil.
it's not one.
Waste not one nut. You gotta use it all.
Mm-mm.
How do you go there? Shout out. Yes, shout out. Definitely. Yeah, I need to say that. Shout out to the replay gang that always watch the replays or catch the replays. Definitely thank you, just shout out to you guys because you guys definitely rock. You keep my stuff going and flowing, even though YouTube tries to hate on, the situation I have here. Thank you guys so much for still giving them a nice little hee haw to them trying to block the voice of the people. So, yes. Not chitlins. Don't play like that.
Mm.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
My one friend posted something about chitlins. He said that he was doing a squashy, and he said the water
Yes.
was too hot. He said he
I was
almost
about to
made
say that. I was about to say, remember when you sent me that text, I died. He said he replaced the little douche bottle with some water and the water was too hot. And he squirted it up. He said, "Oh, I almost made, almost made
made
some
chitlins.
feelings." Yeah, I thought that was so good. Hey, what's up, Travis? What's going on, sir?
Oh my
See you. Yeah, that's crazy. That is crazy. But yeah, we're not doing nothing, just cutting up. Please, guys, make sure you head out to uh, the nightcap, which will be tonight. Well, not tonight, Friday night. Excuse me.
God.
Don't
Hold
do
up.
it.
I gotta
Friday
work in the
night.
morning.
Yeah.
Give me.
Friday. I know, me too. Friday night. For the nightcap, please make sure you tune in and check us out, where we will be cutting up just like we're cutting up right now, but it'll be worse
Yeah.
because it normally is, because somebody has a story.
I can't help it that I used to be a free spirit.
Oh, free spirit. Oh, that's what you
Yep,
call
that's
it.
what we calling it.
Oh, okay.
I'm a free spirit, and this is the house of ill repute on the nightcap.
All right, I'll remind myself to text you. Okay, thank you, Tanari. Sure, thank you, thank you, thank you. No threesome pics. Mm-mm-mm. Sounds interesting. Sounds interesting. But yeah, definitely, we need to do that. Anything else? 'Cause it's almost been 2 hours.
Not that I can think of.
Boop-a-doop-a-doo. Free spirit is a new phrase.
That's what I'm calling it.
Mm-mm. One of you is
I am a
on.
Libra, so I do go where the wind blows.
One of you is on stereo. Yeah, I'm on stereo, but I haven't done anything yet. Because I don't know. I don't know. Um, I don't know if I don't know if I should. Like I go in there and I listen to people, but and I I give my 2 cents sometimes, but I don't know. Was thinking about it.
Is that that thing you had me download?
Yes, that is that thing I had you download.
I get notifications all the time. Yeah, I just got one. Starburns Audio.
Well, that must have been somebody who clicked to follow you.
Said they're trending right now. Don't miss their show. I don't know these people. I've never listened.
Oh, what is wrong? We don't kiss, or you know what? Yeah, you telling too much, Tanara. You telling too much. I'm just playing. Um, I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know what this country's turning into. I don't know. But I do know that we need to stop playing. We need to stop playing.
That's why I said the first 100 days. It's gonna be so interesting.
Yeah, it will. Cancer here. I'm a cancer too.
Oh
Shut
Lord.
up. Excuse me. Just
I'm
because
just
you
saying I can't get away from y'all.
balance unbalanced folk. Yeah. Oh, there it is. Let me see.
Government charges assault after. Yes.
Okay, I gotta check that out.
Oh, it was. So she was a cop. Mm.
Who the lady that got punched?
No, the black lady was a cop, and she punched the trunk before the white lady.
Oh shit!
Can
I
you
can't.
bring it up?
No. Let me see. No, I can't. I can pin it, but I can't bring it up. Unless, hold on, maybe I can go on YouTube because I was in the StreamYard one. Hold on. Beepity. Look at me. Damn, her TV loud. I'm sorry, you were hearing myself in the background because I was trying to see if
No,
I
you
can click
good.
the article. Let's see. Are they gonna show it? Are they gonna show it? It's loading. Oh wait. Okay, hold on. Let's share it. It called. They charged me with simple assault. Where are we? Here we go. Bam. 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 Share the screen. Sharing. Boom. Boom. Oh. Okay, there we go. Oh, had to be PG.
Yeah.
Boop. Damn. Damn.
You see though, she was talking, and the next, yeah,
Right.
that one. Mm. Was she the lady who was she the cop?
Mm-mm-mm.
But yeah, she was in the middle of talking, and next thing you know, that hand came up, and she went, "What?" Pop.
Oh no.
What happened?
Boop.
They took the cop to the other cops. But watch this lady though. Where's that lady who jumped and punched her?
Yeah, that white guy hit it. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but look, that other lady did it too.
Oh wow.
Hi, this is Elizabeth. What? Oh,
Oh damn.
yep. They ain't playing about that. There's so many people that done lost their jobs over all this stuff. And she won't reach for nobody else's phone.
Right. She went to reach for her phone. 70. Oh, that's a lot. $70,000 was raised for her GoFundMe account. That's nice.
Good. But yeah, that was interesting. I'm like, all this these little, and I was talking to my fiance too. I was like, I wonder how they're going to describe 2020 in the history book because I just want to sit there and see
Lord have
what they
mercy.
say about this year, the
It's,
last year.
it's a mess. It's gonna be a whole mess. It's gonna be a whole mess. But yeah, I did not see that. She two pieced her in a biscuit real quick. She's a bitch. She said, "Gotcha, bitch." That's when when your privilege goes wrong. Dink. But that white man, you saw that white man hit her.
My thing is, what made you think it was okay to reach for anything regarding her? You this had nothing.
Because
Why?
they felt emboldened, power in numbers, as they always do. Okay, it's saying I got comments in there, but can't see nothing. But yeah, this shit is totally crazy. Let's see. Okay. Hey, what's up, MC Mickey? What's going on? Yeah, it's just crazy. It's a lot of craziness. A lot of craziness with all this.
When are they making the final verdict on his impeachment?
They will probably draft up the articles uh, tomorrow. They have enough votes in the House to pass. It's the Senate, which would be the conviction that might be the issue, and they may just take it for a vote, for a straight vote, straight up and down vote on
Because it's only what? How many days left until?
uh it's 8 now. It'll be 7 at 12 o'clock. It'll be
Okay.
7 at 12. So we shall see.
We shall, because I, mm, it's gonna be interesting.
It is. The whole thing is interesting, personally. Whole thing is interesting.
They had one thing online where they were saying all the things that presidents get, like the $200,000 a year
Yeah,
salary,
they get a
the
200,000. They get a $200,000 salary. They get
they
security for
get
the rest of their life.
right. And
They
aren't
get
they still briefed pretty much on what goes on in the office?
Now that is all dependent upon the discretion of the predecessors, the president who precedes them. So, like, of course, Trump didn't like Obama, so I'm sure Trump did not share
Ain't talking
anything with
shit.
Obama. Because if he did, it would have came out because Obama would have told it. Uh, but yeah, so it's up to the actual current president at that time of swearing in what he chooses to share with the uh, former president. But they usually keep that open to where in which they could ask, if they need to ask a former president something about what they did or what they didn't do or something that was going on. They usually leave that avenue of communication open. But I'm sure with this president, ain't nobody sharing no shit with him. I'm sure whatever he done shared with Russia, he done shared with the Saudis, he done shared with everybody else. They all know more than Biden knows at this point. I'm sure.
And he already saying he's not gonna be at the inauguration, but whatever. Don't nobody give a damn anyway.
Yeah, well, he's the first president in modern history not to do it. But like some of the earlier presidents, they didn't like each other either, so they didn't show up to each other's inauguration. I think Adams didn't show up to Jefferson's, and so on and so forth. Just petty.
Well, shit. Clinton, Bush, and Obama are gonna be there, so that's whatever. They there to show their support.
Well, Bush unfortunately has to be there because he
Republic.
is the only Republican really represented. So he has to be there. I mean, he won't mind. I mean, it was him and his father, but of course, since his father's passed, saying he's the only one. He's the only living Republican left. I mean, now if you want to consider Trump to be a Republican, I guess. But
I would call him a lot of things, but Republican isn't one.
yeah, but yeah, and then he gets a library too, and all this other shit. It's like, nah, he don't deserve that shit. Like,
A library. Oh, named after him.
no, he gets an actual presidential library. Like everything that he did, everything he signed, everything he touched, everything gets saved and they go into your personal library. So you have a library actually built. It's a museum, and
Oh, that's cool.
you could choose to be buried on the land as well, because a lot of former presidents are buried at their library, like the Bushes are buried there. Nixon changed his family home. He had it shipped to his library, and where he and his wife are buried, and stuff like that.
That's really cool. I didn't know that.
Republican, he's a fucking nut job. Yeah, he is. He is. He is. He is.
You know what this reminds me of? Do you remember American Horror Story election year?
Yeah.
How crazy that got? Like it just clicked.
Yeah,
Like this
like
sounds real familiar.
yeah, with the kind of cult mentality ish.
Yeah.
It really is. I mean, you be sitting there, they be sitting there, episode, oh, The Simpsons was right on. The Simpsons was right on. Yeah, because the shit is real. Like, all you need is that one vote. All you need is that one time, and then that's it. It's shit's creek. So it's like you got to be careful. That's why you can't take your vote for granted. All it takes is
I
that
don't think
one time.
anybody's going to do it anymore. I think this year has been the most serious. Well, not this year, but you know what I mean. Like,
Yeah. Well,
you know,
that's my hope. My hope is that it has awoken a lot of people to be like, hold the fuck up. Like, nah, I got to get in this shit now. Like, before I get it, maybe a lot of people were asleep, not really paying attention, but it's too much on the line for us to leave anything to somebody else to take care of. You know what I'm saying? Because they don't see everything. They're not going to be able to stop or control or be on top of everything. We all have to play our part. We did it to Obama. We voted him in. Then we just sat back like, my president's black. Like, okay, but what does that mean?
right,
You didn't do nothing to help his ass because the next time you had a chance to vote, y'all sat home. And then you wonder why Turkey Neck up in there now talking about something. I don't want to give you $2,000. I don't even have a turkey neck, but he should be like, and I can just imagine how he was doing that whole siege. Just this turkey neck was probably just, what the fuck is going on? He probably was cursing and all types of shit. This shit was just a flapping. What the fuck? Get the president on the line now. Get that yellow, that red that orange motherfucker on the line. Get his ass on the line right now. Hit the button. Somebody hit the fucking
not the button.
Yes.
They said his ass was somewhere in a tent watching everything happen.
He was probably in the Oval Office or in the Situation Room watching it. More than likely, he was in the Situation Room watching the whole shit go down. And they was all saying, "Mr. President, maybe you should say something." They probably will. They probably was knowing him. He had Giuliani down there with his old Count Dracula ass, and he had everybody else down there. He had his son. Dad, look at them fight for you, Dad. Look, they love you. The people love you. Look, they fucking love you.
Have you brought up Giuliani? Have you ever seen the person who plays him on Saturday Night Live?
Yeah.
Where, where they like this?
Like he a crypt keeper or something.
They're like, and here comes Rudy Giuliani. He'll go.
Yeah, because he looked like a goddamn he looked like Dracula from the books. He looked like that motherfucker, especially when he had that dye dripping from his
That right.
face. I said, "Bitch, what the fuck is you transforming? You ain't eat, you ain't drink
Even in
your
the
daily
first,
dose. He ain't drink his daily dose, his deer blood before he came on. I am dripping. I am dripping." He had a man standing in the middle of the crowd. Who was that? I don't know who that was, but yeah.
Yeah.
You said what?
I said Trump probably was. He was sitting there hiding in the crowd, giggling.
Yeah, no, he was
Being
watching. He
cracking
was
it down.
he was getting his whole life. He probably had a little shaboinker because he was so excited. They're fighting for me. Look at them. Where is Melania? I'm about to tear her from a box.
She ain't gonna want that man touching. Period. In no way.
She ain't touched him. He ain't touched her since they had each other. Okay.
Since
Since she had
Barron, how old is Barron? 16?
like 15, 14, 15. Since him.
In a long
Okay.
time.
That's it. That's all she
Well,
wanted.
then again, he was getting
That,
stormy. So
the one time. Well, that was the one time, so she could secure whatever money he had. That's what she did it for. That was it. Goddamn Cheeto head motherfucker. Motherfucker.
I'm sorry. You should have known that this man couldn't handle the country when he was raw dogging a porn star. That
He couldn't handle the country when he was sitting up there in the bus talking to some, and they let you do it. They let you grab him by the pussy. They let you do it. That sounds like some creepo, some old. They always someone calling somebody a pedophile or some kind of creep. That is some creepo shit. They let you do it. You're a star. They just let you do it.
all you got to do is put your hand like this and just twist it.
Twist and cuff.
You come up there, good game.
You're a star. They let you do it. They just let me touch you. And
Talking about that was locker room talk. What
then
locker room?
then I just kissed them in the mouth. and
Mm.
slipping a little tongue, and they let you do it. Oh, sound like that guy. Let me holla, holla, holla. Let me holla, 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 holla. He's over there. Look over here, honey. This is right here where Bill Clinton let Monica Lewinsky bust all over.
They made a whole painting out of her suit. She was so
I'm
proud
sure.
of it.
I'm sure his nasty ass probably did ask Bill Clinton when he got inaugurated. So where exactly? So where exactly is the stain?
Did they just move a lamp over top of it, or
And Clinton's asking about it's right over here. It's right
right?
over here. That's
It might
crazy.
have a little crust still on it,
Right.
a
Might,
little bit
might
of
be a
damp.
little might be a little stiff. You may be able to break it in half. Break it.
When I first saw that part in the movie, I was like, "That is fucking nasty."
It's so nasty, but it's so funny. It's just like the blankets are so stiff, you could probably break it in half. You can break it in half. The blue dress is probably in the Estonia. It probably is. It probably is. If she sold that bad boy, I'm sure she got a lot of money for that dress.
Probably.
I'm sure she got a lot of money for that dress, even if she sold it. And Linda Tripp ass don't wind up dying. That's a nosy bitch. Somebody who sit there and record your conversations and you just trying to vent. Like, girl, let me tell you what happened. A little crunchy. Like, girl, let me tell you what happened. I'm messing with this guy in the office. Oh, are you? Yeah, it's going great. Oh, and then you get comfortable with old girl to tell her who it really is. Like, I'm gonna tell you who it is, right? Cause you
I'm like,
will.
"Oh, girl, go ahead."
No, because she's like me. Because she probably was like, me and your guy and my husband, we should all do a double date. And she was like, well, my I can't. I said, girl, why? Because what? Because my guy's the president.
Hmm.
She said what? I said, my guy's the president. She said, oh, bitch, how I didn't hear you. What'd you say? Talk a little louder. It was crazy. Recorded that woman's conversations, and all she trying to do is vent to you that every time she go in the office to say hi to Mr. President, she on her knees. That's all. She just wanted you to.
Did
She
anybody else notice Monica had knee pads?
she
Anybody
she right.
talking about she wanted to take dictation? Why she need knee pads?
She was running to get the coffee. That's what she was doing. She was running to get the coffee.
They ended up with the cream.
Heavy cream. Heavy cream.
But I heard you like cream in your coffee.
Heavy cream. Probably not so heavy no more. He looked like he getting old. Look like it's nice and watery. A lot of water in that.
Like, hold on, we about to do what? Let me go get my water first. I gotta rehydrate.
Yeah. A lot of water in that. A lot of water. Mm, 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 mm. Do y'all know Michelle Obama had a whole White House deep clean and went through it, and then we're like, when they moved in there, I'm sure. I don't doubt it. I don't doubt it. I'm sure they're probably gonna due to this coronavirus stuff. I'm sure they're gonna do that to the White House, um, starting on the 19th. Because actually, because they don't stay in the White House residence the final week. Like next week, they'll be moving Donald Trump. If he does stay in DC, he'll probably go back to Florida, thinking he gonna hide away. But if he does come to DC for the final week, he stays at Blair House, which is across the street. Um, he'll stay at Blair House across the street, and then they will move. Then the final day, the night before, he goes to a hotel, and then what you call it will be in Blair House. But being that he won't be coming to the inauguration anyway, they probably will skip that part and probably have Blair House for the whole damn week until they move him into the damn White House. I don't know, but it's fun. It's fun. It's fun. She
I need
took
to
the.
see who's part of his cabinet. I haven't even looked.
Yeah, he's got some sprinkles in there. He's got some black folks in there. I just wish he didn't have, like a black person in charge of HUD. Like, why do we always do that? We always put, if it's not a black person, it's a person of color in charge of HUD. Why do we do that?
Mm.
Like, because it says urban. Is that
I think,
why?
and yeah, I think that one is just to keep up appearances.
Because of the title.
Isn't that what Ben Carson is right now?
Yeah, his dopey ass. Can they revoke his passport? Possibly, 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 but they won't do that. They won't do it. They won't do that. Yeah, he's a tough. Like, some people are smart in certain areas, and some people are just lost in the sauce, and he is definitely lost in the sauce. So I
Is
don't
he
pay
a
him.
heart surgeon? What made them think
Brain surgeon.
brain surgeon? There you go.
Mhm.
What made them think that that transition was going to be smooth?
And Ditzy in the brain. Ditzy. Just as dumb as dog shit. But he can probably do a great brain surgery if you need one. But anything else, please don't. Don't do it to yourself.
Mm. He pulled the Uncle Ruckus card.
But he was one too, buying taking the taxpayers' money and buying like a $30,000 table for your conference room. The fuck are you doing that for?
You know, my mother used to work for a doctor who was privately owned, and he used to just buy useless stuff because I guess they got some type of money every year, and if
Right.
they didn't use the budget, they would get it taken. So he
Mm,
would just buy new dumb stuff that they didn't need and just
mm,
I guess sell the old stuff.
right.
But she said that he used to have them buy like a new $3,000 scale just to weigh people when the old one worked fine. They would
Mm,
buy new microwaves, new TVs every year. Like it was just dumb shit.
mm.
But
Yeah, it's so crazy. He is one of the reasons why I left human resources. Oh,
human services. Oh,
dang. Oh, goofy ass. He is a goofy goonball. I don't like him. And to me, it'd be like you were so pro black in the 70s and 80s. He was so pro black afro and black is beautiful, all that. It's like, what the hell happened to you?
green.
Yeah, that too.
A lot of celebrities say it. Once you get to a certain level, that's all that matters. Green.
Yeah, that and these politicians too. God damn it. And I hope Little Wayne and the rest of the masses don't get pardoned either. I hope they totally be like, oh, well, I was going to pardon you, but since I didn't get no black vote, I'll just let your ass sit. You better hope Biden pardons your black ass. And now you try to explain that one. You all like this with President Trump and shit. You get in trouble, you need a pardon. Trump leaves office, doesn't pardon you, and then you got to ask Biden for a pardon.
Nah, that's not gonna happen. That's
Give me a high five. You ditzy dumb shit. Idiot.
maybe you might want to talk to Kamala because she might be able to do
Oh,
something.
nah.
But
Kamala will read him for film. She was like, and you really want me to give you a pardon? You want me to
okay,
talk you want me to talk to Joe about giving you a pardon. You want me to talk to Joe. We did it, Joe. We did it. You want me to talk to Joe? Yep, I'll talk to Joe, all right. No, don't do it, Joe. Don't do it, Joe. Don't do it.
I know I done said this a lot, and some people might disagree with me, but I'm feeling like Joe gonna make it like 6 months to a year, and then
Oh
Kamala
yeah, I
gonna
already
take the
no.
seat.
I don't. Yeah, I don't see it either. That or definitely the 25th Amendment will be because he will be like. I mean, he looked like it already. You see, like you can see the whole back of his. You can see like
Yeah,
his whole collar thing. It'd be like, Yeah, you one good blow, child, like nights out. Like you don't fall. Please don't fall. You're looking frail. Don't
Because
fall.
I mean, like I said, I hope I'm not wishing it on him, but
No,
I
no, no.
feel it. Like
Yeah.
he gonna make it 6 months to a year, and Kamala just gonna step right up into that seat.
That's gonna be a bad mama jamma day.
You gonna talk about all of her merchandise gonna be in the history books for
Jesus.
years to come.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, that's gonna be ooh.
And
Them
she
ooh,
gonna
them
she gonna
TikTok
put
people gonna
them
be
she
pissed.
gonna put them Tims on that desk.
Not the Tim.
She gonna put them Tims on the desk. She gonna really fuck their head up. She gonna put them Tims on it. She gonna sit at the desk in the Oval Office and put her feet up. Joe, take your Centrum Silver. Your Centrum Silver. That's funny. He needs to take Centrum Silver Plus. He needs the
plus,
plus.
plus
He needs the
times,
plus.
just time.
Keep going. Hopefully they don't execute no one. Yeah, I hope they don't.
Wait, what happened with the execution?
No. I hope they don't execute anymore before the 20th. Oh, they might. I hope not either. You know, he's been executing people. Sometimes people just because they on death row, but their thing is still pending. He's been executing people left and right, just chopping them.
Trump?
Yeah, the
Wow, I
justice
didn't know that.
you wasn't supposed
Oh.
to. Yeah, Russ Perot. No, he did not. I just be like, really? No, he did. He was old though. Russ Perot was old as shit, but he died like 100. I think he died like 100, 100 and something. But yeah, Rose Perot did live to be quite long. He said Biden can make 4 years. Yeah, I'm sure he can. Wow, did they? I'm sure they did. I'm sure all the girls was like, could you give me some Tims like Carmela? Like Camilla, like oh, he was say Kamala. Could you give me some Tims like Camilla Harris? Camilla Harris.
See, I agree with Lynn T. That day that happened, black people gonna be proud, but them saltines, they gonna be
Oh, they're gonna be mad.
upset.
They're gonna be mad.
Oh, oh, they are going to be upset.
They're gonna be so mad. But I'm here for it because she is not like Barack in the sense where she gonna clap back at their asses. She gonna clap back at their asses when they start talking shit and all that monkey shit. She got something for them. That Indian spice and that Jamaican spice gonna come right out of her ass. Watch.
Is she Asian too?
No, well, that's what they call Southeast Asia because she's Indian.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Did
But
you get around to watching Death in 2020 yet?
she's a dot, not a feather. No, I'm gonna watch it tonight. I'm gonna watch it tonight.
Oh my gosh. But yeah, please watch Death to 2020. It is so funny. And
Oh
it'll
my.
give you a nice little recap of this year. You got me watching freaking the Neverland or Promise Neverland.
Oh my
I'm
God, you
here
gotta
like,
watch the Promised Neverland. It's like it's an anime cartoon on Netflix. You gotta watch it. At first, I know you're gonna be like, "What the hell, Cat? What the hell, Christian got me looking at this bullshit?" But you gotta watch it. It is good. You be like, "The fuck they not? This is not for
yeah,
kids."
it's I was like the first episode gets you and you like, hold up.
Yeah, you like, "Oh, the little girl got adopted. Go her, go her." You like, what kind of adopted bullshit is this? Save the kids. Save all the kids.
And then the fire, that thing really got me. I was like, oh my God, no.
I said, little Negro, are you about to? No. I said, no, you're not. But you see how swift she was? She said,
Yeah.
I said, oh.
She was gone. She told her to get out. She was already gone. I think she get the fuck off. Her and that broke leg.
Get
Get
out.
the fuck off.
She said, get out. We need a reading president. Yes, Tari, we do. We need a reading president. We need a spirit of Michelle Obama with the poise of Kamala Harris in there. Like Kamala has it. Like she'll give it to him. You ever watched her during the Senate hearings where she giving questions? Oh, she don't play no games. So I'm sure she will read one of the most snarty news reporters now, especially Fox News. She will definitely give them the business.
Like I said, not wishing it on them, but I'm just
No, I'm not. But it's I mean, it's life. He is older. He is older. So
he's the oldest, or was Trump the oldest?
No, he is oldest. He actually will be on the 20th. He will be the oldest president in history to ever be. He's the oldest person in history to be president of the United States.
And then a year later, Kamala will be the youngest.
You know what? So she won't even be the youngest. Okay, we're not even going there. I rebuke it. A bullshitter. A bullshitter. That's right. A bullshitter. Stop bullshitting. Right, rocking Converses. Converses.
Yeah.
Oh.
I need to stop. I got flat feet. I need to wear something with action.
That's what it sounds like. Platypus feet. Just flat. Good
I
fist
agree
women.
with Nate. I'm done with the old people. We need some young bodies.
Yeah,
Don't you gotta be like 45 to be president?
I agree. No, not 40, not 45. I think it's 35. I think it's 35.
Okay, so when you running, like let's go ahead and get you in the streets.
President? No, that's too much.
I told you, if you become mayor, I'm with it. I mean, I won't be living in your city because I live in another state. But you know what?
That wouldn't be good.
I would support you.
Oh, gee, thanks.
Governor captivating.
Not governor.
I can see the headshots now. Just with the old Napoleon.
It'd be bad because then all the little. I think I got a picture. He sent me back in the shit.
And you better own up to it. Yes, that
Listen
was me.
here. That's me. That's my piece. And that was when I was young, dumb, and full of cum.
Okay. I said good night and walk off.
Right. Like, but you want to see it too? Zip it out. Just put it on the table. Now everybody's seen it. Next.
Mama always said, put your cards on the table. There you go. There's days.
Now everybody has seen it. Can we stop talking about it? Can we move along? The state can never heal without.
If we get a politician like that, I'm going to be no good. You slept with a prostitute. Yep. And here's the video. You want to see it? This is good. This is my good angle right here. Make sure you get this. Fox News, you got this. Matter of fact, it'll be on my website. How's that? Next.
Now don't rewind too fast because you're gonna miss the good shot. You're gonna miss the good shot.
Right, especially when I grab that leg and then you'll see it. You'll see it. You'll see it.
Be giving commentary during the whole thing. And somebody now see right about here, I was into deep stroking and I almost slipped. If you can see, I grabbed the side of the bed to kind of anchor myself a little bit.
She said she was here for a filibuster. And it was
I care. Yeah. Right. Definitely not. Definitely not. Not at all. That's right, Jess. It'd be like First Lady 1 and First Lady 2. Lady 1 and Lady 2.
The president and his side pieces are now here.
Lady 1 and Lady 2 are in the building.
It's just the wellness portion. Yep, everybody laughing, so it's good.
Wellness. So you laugh and get your wellness on. This is the wellness part. This is part 2. It wasn't supposed to be this long. So all this, y'all make sure y'all wake your asses over Friday night to the nightcap.
Please do.
Yipping and yapping. That's crazy. Wellness pushing something. Building like that. I need to do something with this hair on my face. It itch like crazy. I don't do hair on my face. I feel like a mountain man. That's why I had to put my hair up, because if I put my hair down, I'd be sitting up here looking like Black Jesus with an earring in my nose.
My Jesus has changed. This must be the New Testament.
This is the New Testament.
Right.
I never read that part where Jesus had an earring in his nose.
Let's see. Jesus is from New York with Tim. That's Book of Leviticus.
Uh,
All
that's
right, but I
crazy.
do need to go to bed. It is going
Me
on
too.
11.
I know. I need to get myself together. Alrighty. Well, thank you guys so much for hanging out with me and us for politics and wellness. Please make sure that you tune in once again to um, the night the nightcap on Friday, and also tune into. Okay, hold on. Everybody's in here. Yep, that's what happens when you're sitting. Tune into the nightcap and also tune in to the gentleman's panel on um, Rebel channel. I got a dog and everything up in here, just about to pounce on me real quick. I'm trying to hurry up and get through this. All right, so thank you guys. Have a great night. Peace and blessings. And anything you want to say to the people, Mr. Antonio?
No, I enjoyed it as always. We had
And
fun, and I'll
thank
see
you
you guys
to the
Friday.
moderators. And I did add Brother Nate to the moderator list in the outro. So hopefully you got to see it last time. But if not, here you go again.